What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the Mage, Kagura. Kagura's burst, slow, stun, blink, and crowd control skills are Onmyouji Master. Kagura is a mage hero. I consider Kagura as a crowd control mage since her skills deal slow and stun to the enemies. Not only that, she is really mobile because of her second skill. Her skills have different effects depending if Kagura has the same umbrella or not. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Kagura based on my experience. I will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain her skills one by one for further understanding. Kagura's passive, Yin-Yang Gathering, grants her a shield when the same umbrella and Kagura become one. The granted shield absorbs certain amount of damage depending on her magic power. Not only that, she also deals stun and slow to surrounding enemies after being one with the same umbrella. Her passive has a cooldown for its effects to take effect, so make sure to time it well during team fights for your survival. Kagura's first skill, Same Umbrella Open, moves the same umbrella to the specified area. Upon casting, the same umbrella will travel from Kagura to the designated area and it stays there. Enemies hit along the path and on the designated area will receive magic damage. Also, enemies hit by this skill have their movement speed reduced. When casting this skill again when the umbrella is not with Kagura to the designated area, the umbrella will be coming from its current position. In terms of stunning enemies and making her mobile, Kagura's second skill, Rasho Umbrella Flee, might help you on that. When Kagura has the umbrella, Kagura moves to the specified direction, leaving the umbrella behind. It also removes debuffs. Take note that the umbrella is left behind when you use this skill when Kagura has the umbrella. When Kagura doesn't have the umbrella, she is teleported to the umbrella's location upon using this skill. With her passive skill, the surrounding enemies are stunned and slowed. Not only that, you can also use this skill to either engage or escape in team fights. In addition, the cooldown of this skill is different when Kagura has the umbrella or not. Kagura's ultimate skill, Yin-Yang Overturn, deals crowd control and magic damage. When Kagura has the umbrella, she deals a certain amount of magic damage to surrounding enemies upon using this skill. She also knocks back and slows enemies nearby her. When Kagura doesn't have the umbrella deals a certain amount of magic damage to surrounding enemies. It also generates a link to the enemies. This link reduces their movement speed. The link can be broken when the enemies move away from the umbrella in a certain amount of distance. If the enemy doesn't break loose from the link, they will receive another certain amount of magic damage. They are also pulled towards the umbrella's location. Casting this skill also resets the cooldown of the same umbrella open. There are so many items that you can buy for Kagura. You can either focus on cooldown items or items that gives you high magic power and magic penetration. For me, I choose to buy items that grants high magic power, magic penetration, and a little bit of cooldown reduction. As for starting item, you can consider buying Pillager Axe. This can grant you additional experience from jungle monsters. It also gives you additional damage dealt to monsters. This also grants you health and mana for every jungle monsters killed. When killing jungle monsters, the counter for this item rises by 1 charge. Each charge will give you extra physical and magic armor. Not only that, it also grants you a shield that absorbs damage upon using Retribution. This item now makes Retribution available for casting against enemy heroes. I'll explain this on the ability, spell section of our bootcamp. You can sell this item on the latter part of the game. In my opinion, You can consider buying Arcane Boots for Kagura. Arcane Boots grants her additional magic penetration and movement speed. Magic penetration will make you deal more damage with your skills. Buying magic items, such as Calamity Reaper, can boost your damage effectively. This item gives you additional magic power, mana regen, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive grants you additional true damage on your next basic attack after using a skill. Triggering the passive of this skill also grants you additional movement speed. Given that her skills have low cooldown, this item could boost her damage output. You might also want to consider Lightning Truncheon. This item gives you magic power, mana, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive will deal magic damage to your target and 2 other enemies when you use a skill. This unique passive has a short cooldown. You can also consider Divine Glaive. This item grants magic power. Its unique effect grants 40% of magic penetration for your skills. In addition, its unique passive grants extra 30% magic penetration when your HP is above 70%. I can also suggest items such as Concentrated Energy. It provides additional HP, magic power, and Spell Vamp. Spell Vamp can greatly increase your survivability, given that her skills deals area of effect damage. Kagura can regenerate lots of health when hitting enemies with her skills. Bloodwings will grant you additional magic power and health points. Its unique passive will grant you additional health points, depending on the additional magic power Kagura has. This can be helpful for your durability and damage. Remember that during team fights, your ultimate skill when you have the umbrella only damages enemies surrounding you. With that, you need to be more durable to be able to survive the team fight. The items built for Kagura really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's description so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Kagura is Retribution. You can use Retribution to farm faster, and also use it to slow enemy heroes when you have the specific jungle item for it. With jungling items like Pillager Axe as mentioned earlier, you can cast Retribution now to enemy heroes. Using Retribution with this jungling item also grants a shield depending on your max health points. This shield can be helpful for your durability during team fights. You can also consider Petrify. Petrify deals magic damage to surrounding enemies and petrifies or stuns them for a short period of time. This can be helpful when you choose to blink inside team fights with your umbrella and second skill. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Mage Emblem set. Custom Mage Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a mage. Set agility to its max level because it can give you extra move speed. Higher move speed will give you higher mobility to either escape or chase enemies. Setting observation to max level will provide additional magic penetration on your skills. Higher magic penetration deals more magic damage to enemies. That means your skills will be more explosive during team fights. Get Impure Rage to deal extra damage depending on the enemy's current HP. Impure Rage also restores your mana. For me, it's the best thing to get since Impure Rage has only 5 seconds cooldown. This makes her skills more powerful with Impure Rage since it has low cooldown. The mana restored by Impure Rage helps you to avoid buying items with high mana regen. Set Same Umbrella open to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the base damage higher and its cooldown less. That means you can cast this skill more than usual when on its max level. Prioritize Rasho Umbrella Flee less since her first skill is what you need for burst damage. Always upgrade her ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Make sure to aim your first skill properly. Your first skill will only damage the enemies along its path, so make sure to anticipate the enemy's movement to make sure to hit them. You can use your first skill to harass enemies in your lane. This is a good advantage since your first skill has a low cooldown. Also, you have Impure Rage to deal more damage and regain mana. You can also use your first skill to slow down enemies and to keep your distance. In terms of going in team fights on the offensive side, I follow a combo for Kagura. First, I launch my umbrella towards the enemies. This way, I can set an initial damage and also slow them down. Then, I use my ultimate skill. This will deal magic damage and also slow them down. Then, I use again my first skill since its cooldown was reset when using my ultimate. Now, I use my second skill to jump inside team fight and stun the enemies. Jumping to my umbrella gives the link to Kagura since she now has the umbrella. This link slows the enemies down. Then I use again my ultimate with my umbrella to deal magic damage and knock back the enemies. Do take note that the ultimate with and without the umbrella has different cooldowns. Since I'm in a tight situation, I decided to blink out using my second skill. As for the next skills to be used, the only thing you can depend on is your first skill. So make sure to aim properly so that enemies can feel the pain from your umbrella. Here is an example of a successful combo. Take a look at this clip. Here is another clip of my usual combo during team fights. In terms of chasing enemies down, I usually follow a combo. Here, I used my second skill to dash towards a direction. Then, when the umbrella returned to me because of a distance separation with it, I used my first skill towards the enemy. Then afterwards, I used my ultimate skill to slow the enemy down. Now, I quickly used my first skill again because it's already on cooldown. Then, I used my second skill to stun the enemy. Then for the final blow, I used my ultimate to knock back and deal magic damage. Then I used my second skill again to dash towards safety. All your skills really can help you escape from enemies. As you can see, I used my first skill and ultimate skill to slow down the enemy. This really slowed the enemy down, making the enemy not to be able to kill me. Now on this clip, I was attacked by surprise. I used my second skill to escape. No, I used my first and ultimate skill to slow enemies down. This made me successfully escape the team fight. When using your ultimate skill without the umbrella, it resets the cooldown of your first skill. This makes you able to cast your first skill as soon as possible, dealing lots of magic damage to enemies. Make sure you utilize your second skill more when you have the umbrella. You can use this to escape enemies to keep your distance. Always remember that you are a mage, and your health points is pretty low. So make sure to keep your distance from enemies as much as possible when not using your ultimate. Always remember to use your retribution against enemies to gain a shield. On this scenario, you can see that I forgot to use my retribution. If I'd used retribution on this fight, I could have survived. Noob Kurumi here. In using your ultimate without the umbrella, make sure to use it on the right timing. Even if you hit the enemies with your first skill, doesn't mean it's the best time to use your ultimate. If I used my ultimate on this instance, it would just be a waste since my teammates are not around. Now, watch this clip closely as you might learn something from it.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Don't look down on me because I'm small. An ally has been slain. Double kill.
The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Kagura. This video just guides you on how to use Kagura the Kurumi way. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Kagura. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to my channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the featured video on our channel for the mechanics. See you on the next Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Cheers.